It's Cyndi from Life and Times with Cyndi. And guys, I'm in Alabama. You have to stay tuned. Okay, good morning. I am whispering because it's like 7 o'clock in the morning, our time in Virginia, but we're in Alabama, so it's like a little bit after 6, and everyone else in the house is asleep. I'm in Alabama at one of my best friend's home. Her name is Cass. And I'm here visiting her and her family. Their daughter, their youngest daughter, is our goddaughter. And yesterday, my son-in-law and my daughter, my youngest daughter, drove us from Virginia to North Carolina. Yeah, to North Carolina to meet up with them. Because they were visiting their daughter, who was our goddaughter, at the college that she goes to. And so we met them in North Carolina.
Yeah, they love being together. And they were like, Mommy, we're going to spend so much time. No, you don't. They were going to spend so much time on the road. So they were like, so anyway, they decided they would do that. I hope somehow y'all will figure that out. Have a good time. You sure?
Yes, you're here.
Thank you. Oh, how are you?
And then we travel back with them to Alabama, and we're going to be here for a week. And I may do a daily vlog. It may not be every day, but I just thought I would pop in and say good morning. And we are visiting Mike and Cassandra, and so we stopped in North Carolina to visit Mike's brother and his family. We had brunch with them before we got back on the road to go to Alabama. And it took us, we left like there from around, I think it was like 2 o'clock. And we got here last night, I want to say around 10 o'clock their time. I'd have to go back and look at some of my text messages that I sent to family and friends as to what time we got in. But we left from North Carolina after having brunch with his family. And we drove a good little ways before we took our first stop, and then we stopped in Georgia at the rest stop. Oh, he said he don't see any.
Oh, it's out.
Okay, babe. Yeah. Where the 2 old men at? Oh, there they are. Just to refresh, go to the bathroom, get a couple of snacks. For the trip, and we said we were going to stop somewhere and get some food before we traveled the rest of the way. So we ran into a lot of rain. It would rain, and then you'd get sunshine, and then it would rain again. So that was the kind of the whole way. But then when we got to Georgia, the sun came out, which was great. But when we hit Atlanta, we ran into, we think something fell off of a truck. that something hit my friend's tire, and so we ended up having to stop at a gas station to see if we could get the tire fixed. And it took a minute. Thankfully, where we were, they had the plug kit, and because we didn't want to take all of the luggage out, and then we were trying to figure out where we would put the spare tire if we did that. So Mike plugged the tire. But a Good Samaritan came up to us, and he had like a little air pump kit, because where we ended up having to stop, because you could tell the pressure in the tire was going down. Where we ended up stopping, all of the air pumps had an out of order sign written on it. And a lady in the station said that they had a couple of people who had put air in their tires, and then the tires had blown, and so they had put out of order on the signs. They had put out of order signs on the machines. So this guy just pulled up out of nowhere and said that he had a kid in his car, and so he stayed around and talked to us, and we found out that he used to live in Virginia. It was like, God sent an angel. And so we got the car pumped back up, and then we were probably, by that point, we were about 2 hours away from Birmingham. And so we stopped to get something to eat. So we stopped at a Subway, and by that time it was dark, and so I think I fell asleep. I slept a couple of times because we had that 24 hours of that 24-hour marathon that I was telling you about. I'm thinking you'll see the packing video for this trip before you will see this video. Yeah, I slept off and on the whole trip, and I don't usually get to sleep when we're traveling in a car because Marcus is usually driving. So the fact that he wasn't driving, I just kind of didn't have to stay as alert as usual. Marcus was so excited, he talked the entire trip here. At least that's what it seemed like. I would go to sleep, but I'd wake up and he'd be still talking. So I don't know what the plans are for the week. Our friends we're just hanging out with our friends. We've known each other, oh my gosh, for over 25 years, I would say. Yeah. We used to all go to church together when they were living in Virginia, but they moved back to their hometown. And so we've done vacations together. They've come visit us. We've come visit them here several times. The last time we were here was for my goddaughter's graduation from high school, but now she's in medical school, and she's going to be a doctor. I'm so proud of her. And we've done trips in Florida together. Like, our families have been close and tight for a very long time. And so they have been trying to get us here, like, forever. They actually have been trying to get us to Florida because they love Disney too. So it was just finally a good time to do it. And the fact that they were visiting their daughter, who's only about 3 hours away from us now, that made it like really easy for us to travel and meet them and come back with them. So then at the end of the week, they are going to take us to Atlanta, and Nikki and Byron are going to pick us up in Atlanta, and we're going to drive back to Virginia. So, like I said, I'm going to, video clip, do videos every once in a while I'm here. I really want to enjoy myself, so I don't want to be in front of the camera the whole time. And of course, I don't want to put people in the videos that are, like their privacy. But Cassandra has agreed that she doesn't mind being in some of my videos, so I'm really excited about, because her and I, when we hang out together, we have a good time. And then my husband and her husband, when they get together, they can talk all day and all night. but he has to actually go back to work. But she took the week off, so I don't know what she has planned, but it should be fun. So yeah, we had a good trip. I slept really good last night. I'm hoping to go walking today, but they're not really sure about the weather because this is a beautiful area where they live. And but it's supposed to rain all week long. When I looked at the weather report, that was kind of disappointing. But I'm sure we'll still find things to do. Right now, I'm sitting in their theater room, which the guest bedroom is like not too far from it, and Marcus is still sleeping. So I came out here just to like do my intro and tell you guys what I'm up to and what I'm going to be doing this week, and then I'm going to go get myself ready for the day, and then you'll see that in another vlog, hopefully. I'm really excited about sharing this vacation with you guys. It's been so long. Our last trip was, as you guys know, was 4 years ago before Marcus had his stroke. So yeah, it's really nice to have traveled, and I thought the trip would make me feel like really tired and achy, but I think because I'm so excited to spend the time with him that the trip was not bad at all. Now, it does make me realize that we probably need to be flying when we go somewhere, and Cassandra and I've already talked about maybe flying out at some point to go to Florida with them. And so yeah, that's going to be an experience because I really would have to figure out how to downsize how much stuff we take. We didn't take a lot of things, and like I said, you'll see I did a packing video, but we took a lot of necessary things for him. We did have his dialysis solution shipped here, so when we arrived they already had dropped off his supplies, which makes things so easy because those boxes are heavy. I think maybe I'll even insert a picture here so you can see what it looks like. The amount that they delivered just for this week. And it's so funny, Cassandra said that she called the company just to be sure that it was going to get here before they left for North Carolina, and they dropped it off. She said the man who did it was very, very nice because when they do it for a trip, they drop it off by UPS. And so she said they had told him that they would leave the garage door open if she wasn't at home. And but she wasn't actually at home when they dropped it off, and the guy, she said, was really nice. But Cassandra is funny. So Cassandra used to be a nurse, but she still works in the health field, and she basically called him and said, look, I need these boxes here by such and such a date. She asked for the driver's phone number so she could call him, and the company was like, man, we usually don't give that number out, but like she was insistent. And but she just wanted everything to be in place before we got here, and she didn't want any, there had to be any delays because we were able to, as soon as he got here, we were able to set everything up for him to do his dialysis last night when we got in. So everything worked out really, really great. So I'll even show you later on how that is even set up here as I start my morning. So guys, I hope that you will enjoy these little short vlogs that I'm going to do over the week. If you really like my videos, I am just really surprised at how much content I've come up with for my lifestyle channel, but we have been really, really busy. We tend to not be as busy in the summertime, but come fall and winter is like our busiest time, and especially now with us back in church and then just doing stuff with family and friends. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, this is a good week to join in. And if you'd like to know when the next video will come out, all you have to do is hit that little notification bell below. So until I see you next time, guys, have a blessed day.